doing? Hope you're keeping safe out there. Today I'm going to review a Marvel Legends figure. Ooh, I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while. It's the Marvel Legends Modular Iron Man figure from the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure wave. And, God, this is a nice shiny boy of a figure. It looks really good. I managed to pick this guy up from the fine folks over at Comics and Cocktails. Great UK store, free UK shipping. Always recommend these guys, they're always great. Okay then, so a little bit of background to the figure. This particular mark of Iron Man armour was introduced in issue 300, and it's pretty much quintessentially the 90s armour for Iron Man. If you grew up in the 90s, this was the armour you saw him in. And yeah, my first sort of like real introduction to this armour, in fact, really my first introduction to Iron Man in anything. Let me take you back. Back in the olden days, there were these things called arcades, full of arcade machines, weird, like, games consoles, but they only had one game on them each, and you had to put coins into play. It was weird and fantastical. But when I was a kid, I used to go camping on holiday, and at the campsite there was an arcade, and there was one machine in particular I loved. It was Marvel Superheroes, a CAPCOM fighting game that was just brilliant. It was a CAPCOM fighting game. The loose story of it was, you pick a character, you fight your way through, you collect infinity gems, and in the end you fight Thanos. Simple premise for a comic book story, but the game was brilliant. It just had all that lovely sort of Capcom video game, fighting game genius, with the flavour and flair of Marvel from the 90s. I mean, look at the characters. You've got Magneto, Juggernaut, Psylocke, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk. Like big hitters, but then you've got weird ones like Shu McGrath and Blackheart. Who decided to pick them in? They were clearly added just so designers could do some interesting game mechanics with them. And I must admit, I sunk a lot of money into that console, well, into that game when I was a kid. A lot of 20p's were sacrificed to the altar of the video games back then. And my mainstay character, the one I always picked, well, who else but Iron Man? He looked amazing. He had my favourite attacks, he had my favourite moves, he just looked great. And yeah, that was pretty much how I was introduced to Iron Man really as a kid. Now, luckily around about the same time, if not just slightly afterwards, the Iron Man cartoon appeared. This is one of these Fox Kids cartoons, and it was really good. Actually, I think it was Fox Kids. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Fox Kids. It was a story of Iron Man basically fighting off against the Mandarin and his forces, and then it had like a second season which was really good, actually better than the first. He appeared in other cartoons like the Incredible Hulk, the X-Men. Oh no, did he appear in the X-Men? No. Spider-Man, he appeared in Spider-Man. He was just really cool, and he was a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, he had a team on his show as well, which was like a reworking of the 90s comic book team of Forceworks. And just, I'm going to throw them up here. I've got quite a few of the figures from that team. The only thing I'm really missing is, well, okay, I've got a Scarlet Witch, but that's not really the right Scarlet Witch. They haven't made the correct Scarlet Witch really to fit into this era, but this one kind of works. And they haven't done a Sentry figure, which is really the only one I'm missing, as far as having like representation of a character at least. But as you can see, they look really good together, and I'm glad I got this figure. Looks really cool. Actually, I tell you what else is really cool. This is the mark of Iron Man armour that gets upgraded, because the armour's whole point is you can attach other little pieces to it. It's modular. You can swap out parts to make different specialised variants of it. And one such variant, the Hulkbuster. Now, anyone who's watched any, what was it? Age of Ultron? Yeah, Age of Ultron or Infinity War. You know how awesome the Hulkbuster armour is, and it's effectively just this armour with some extra padding on it. So I actually really hope that if this figure sells well, we get an updated version of the Hulkbuster, because I really like that armour and it looked really cool. I know we've had a few versions of the movie one. We had one back in the day from Toy Biz, which is actually really cool. I think I still have that somewhere. I made a Marvel Selects version, but no, I'd really like an updated version of it. That'd be great. Anyway, okay, enough reminiscing, enough what ifs and wishes. Back to the figure itself. This figure is amazing. It's a brilliant modern Marvel Legends figure, by which I mean it's pinless. The elbows, the knees, there's no pins, it's all internalised. And it looks fantastic. It has this lovely cherry red, metallic red and gold, and it just oozes just beauty, and it shines so much, it's amazing. Not only that, but it's really articulate as well. I was actually surprised how articulate it was. It's like, you can get the iconic like superhero landing pose out of it. It's just got all the articulation you really want. And it looks great, and yeah, again, without those pins, the articulation looks good because it's not sort of broken up by these little dimples where all the articulation is. It just looks amazing. It comes with only a few accessories, mainly a pair of open hands as well as the fists. These are the standard Iron Man ones with the port in the middle to put a repulsor blast effect. But unlike all the other ones I've been out unlike all the other ones that have been out before this, they actually still have swivels. Because all the other Iron Man blast effect hands are stuck with the hand just pointing forward, the palm out. These, you can actually articulate them up and down as well as rotate them, which means you get like a lot of good variable poses and different firing angles for repulsor blasts. And like all Iron Man figures, it comes with a pair of repulsor blasts. These, I think, are the ones that came with it. I just basically, as soon as I get an Iron Man figure, all the repulsor blasts just go in a tub of different blast effects, but I'm pretty sure these are the ones that came with it. They look really great. My only real complaint is that they're the only accessories that he comes with. Maybe could have, I don't know, liked a few other things, because it doesn't even come with a Build-A-Figure piece, but I can't complain. Just the amount of money and time that must have gone into producing this figure, because it's all brand new sculpting, all brand new tooling, so I can't really complain. Oh, and you can also throw the effects onto the feet to give him the impression of flying, which is, yeah, again, really cool. And yeah, that's the basics of the figure. I actually really like it. I'm kind of hoping at some point we get a version of it which has a slight resculpt to the head to give it a mouth plate, well, to give it a mouth on the face plate, and go to the more cartoon accurate colours, kind of like what they did with the changing the 80th anniversary, the 80th anniversary Iron Man figure over to the holographic version. Just apply those exact same changes in plastics, changing the reds to but you know what I mean, changing the gold and the metallic red over to a more comic booky, cartoony red and yellow. That looked really great. A perfect callback to the cartoon design. It looked fantastic. And so yeah, one other good thing with this figure, I must admit, it works well with all my other Iron Man blast effect accessories. Like, here he is with a couple of the larger ones, and he looks really good with them. He is almost a blank slate to what you can do with Iron Man accessories. Just everything you want, just pop them on there. A couple of different blast effects to give him the appearance of flight. Throw on the dust contrail effects that come with the Ironheart Riri Williams figure. Looks amazing. If you want him blasting off, put the large feet blast effects that come with War Machine and Iron Man 2020 on there. He looks great. I can even do my favourite pose, which is the attach those blast effects into his hands, and then the larger, like, bloop, what the hell's that? The larger touching down effects, that's it. And you can get him landing, and what's even better, because those hands are articulated more than the regular Iron Man repulsor blast hands, you get the angle just right. That looks slightly more natural. I really love it. It looks great. And yeah, as I say, the figure doesn't come with a Tony Stark head, which is fine, because if you've got any number of Iron Man figures now, you've probably got a few of them. Here he is with the one that came with, I'm gonna say the 80th anniversary figure. Probably the 80th anniversary one. It's either that or the... No, what other one came with a Tony Stark head? Oh, this is the classic Tony Stark head. What other one came with that? It would have been the... Oh, I don't... Oh, no, I don't know what figure this one came with. That's weird. Which one other one came with the... Oh, Stealth, that's it. This is the one that came with the Stealth Armour Iron Man. That's... I knew I thought, where the hell have I had another Tony Stark head from? That's it, yeah. But anyway, it looks really great on there. Kind of wish maybe we had a version with the famous cartoon, like, mullet that he had, but I can't complain with this. Okay, so time to compare this figure to some of the ones in my collection, and obviously up first here he is with a larger figure. It's the MODOK. Looks really cool together. MODOK being a villain from the Iron Man cartoon and a recurring Iron Man comic book villain. They look good together. Here's with some more of his rogues gallery, the Grey Gargoyle and Whirlwind. Look really good. Here's some Forceworks members, the Retro Hawkeye and Family Matters 3-pack Scarlet Witch, which I will hopefully be replacing with that new Retro one that's been announced. That's really nice. Here he is with War Machine, and the Spider-Woman is Julia Carpenter, that's it. Julia Carpenter, the two Spider-Women. This is the Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman. Looks great with the two of them. Here he is with some of his Marvel superhero adversaries, Thanos and Doctor Doom. Here he is with Captain America, the 80th anniversary version, and the 80th anniversary Hulk. Here he is with Spider-Man, the retro version, really nice. And the 2-pack Juggernaut. Yeah, again, looks brilliant. And here he is with some other armours in my collection, the 80th anniversary, the holographic version, or the holographic version of the 80th anniversary armour. That's hard to say. The Silver Centurion and the old Toy Biz first appearance armour, the silver version. Brilliant. It's just, I love all these Iron Man figures. I love having them all on display. It's like an array of armour. It looks amazing. Okay, so that's me gushing over the figure done. My final thoughts. This is a fantastic figure I was looking forward to for ages, and now that I've got it, I absolutely love it. If you can find one, get one. I think it's still on Amazon. I think lots of online stores will have him in. He was in the Build-A-Figure wave, but he didn't actually come with like the Build-A-Figure part. And I've seen so many of them for sale, I kind of think maybe he's extra packed in because they knew people would want him, so Hasbro might have sent just extra of him to places. And like, if you can find him, get him. Fantastic figure. It's highly recommended. Okay, that's it folks. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, just please leave a like and a comment down below with any suggestions or any comments or any thoughts. And if you've not subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel for more mediocre content at best. And until next time folks, I want you all to stay safe, stay sane and keep on rolling. And I'll see you all next time. Ta-da!